caring, committed, proud of East Texas. You're watching East Texas News at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome back to East Texas News at 4. A proposal on an ice rink knocked a bride-to-be off her feet this weekend. Unfortunately for her, we mean that literally. Much more on that video of a woman falling for her fiance all over again coming up.
It's so funny. And when a North Carolina woman opened her Christmas presents, she had no idea how much life was about to change. We'll explain how these special glasses will help her see the world in a whole new light. And much more a little later this half hour. But first, we begin with an update now on the victims of the hurricanes that tore through the Gulf Coast this year and all of the people who stepped up to help those in need. Robin Roberts has a look at how they're spending the holidays after utter devastation.
Meanwhile, it's been nearly 4 months since Hurricane Maria battered Puerto Rico, and tens of thousands of residents on the island remain without power. More than 200,000 homes were damaged by the storm, nearly destroying the electrical grid. Puerto Rico's Power Authority says its system is generating at 70% of normal, but has no way of knowing how many customers are actually getting power because the system which measures that isn't working. Nearly 90% of residents still have not yet received federal assistance. A tree that has lived on the White House lawn since the 1800s is coming down. After years of decay, the historic Jackson magnolia will be cut down later this week. It's the oldest tree on the grounds and has a rich history dating back to Andrew Jackson's presidency. The iconic tree has been in the background for countless events, from state arrival ceremonies to Easter egg rolls and photo ops. It has been ailing for decades, supported by an extensive cabling system. The plan is that another Jackson magnolia will soon be planted in its place for history to live on.
All right, Mark, thank you. Just imagine what you could buy with $284 billion. Well, for a Pennsylvania woman, apparently just 1 month of electricity.
Well, goodness gracious. And if you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, stick around. We've got details on the upcoming jackpots that could solve that problem for you. Stay with us. Let's take a moment to get you caught up on some of the other big headlines we're watching for you this Tuesday afternoon. Right now, the California crews are continuing to work around the clock to extinguish the Thomas Fire, which is now the largest wildfire in the state's history. Officials say flames are 86% contained and that the fire should be suppressed by early January. The inferno has scorched more than 281,000 acres in the 3 weeks it's been burning. Nearly 1,600 homes and buildings have been destroyed and more than 1,000 are damaged. Now, the NFL has announced some late season changes to its concussion protocol. The league now has a neurotrauma consultant who is not affiliated with any team watching every game. That specialist is watching for contact incidents, which could endanger players. The league also requires that any sign of players suffering from seizures will require players to leave the game. Now, lottery fever is starting to grow after no one won last Friday's Mega Millions drawing. That means tonight's drawing will be an estimated $277 million. Now, if you're not feeling that jackpot, Wednesday's Powerball jackpot drawing will be an estimated $337 million. Jennifer?
All right, take a look at this. A Pennsylvania woman she lost her balance. She literally fell in love, like you saw right there, to the delight of hundreds of people watching them and applauding them and laughing with them. I'm sure the woman laughed it off herself, threw up her arms in victory, and was helped to her feet. Congratulations to them. One they will never, ever, ever forget.
I have to say, that would be me. That's my luck right there, everybody.
That's awesome. Santa, UFO, people on the West Coast weren't sure what to make of an object blazing a path across the sky. We'll explain what the fuss was really about.
Plus, Mark takes us back to Southeast Asia, where some parts dodged the remnants of a powerful storm. We'll get to another big weather story when we come back.
Load of Iridium's next generation global satellites.
That answered a question for me, because I had seen that blowing on Twitter.
Yep.
I kind of wondered myself.
Yep.
I thought it was a UFO. Or We're checking back in now with Chief Meteorologist Mark Skirto for our second big weather story.
Right, we're heading over the Big Pond. Matter of fact, we're heading to Southeast Asia where a tropical storm, Tembin, has weakened after it hit parts of Vietnam. Forecasters say they've already seen several this year.
Devastating. Thank you, Mark. Stay with us. We'll be right back. A North Carolina mother who is a color deficiency can now see the world brighter than ever before. She's been colorblind since birth and is only now seeing the natural beauty of things like sunrises, landscapes, and even her newborn son. Jenna Kurzina spoke to the mom who calls the early Christmas gift a life-changing experience. Swanson encourages others with similar vision issues to look into getting these glasses. Now, Chroma says it's important to note that the glasses, they might not work for everyone, but they typically work for 4 out of every 5 people with such a color deficiency. We'll be right back. A miniature horse at another ranch was also fatally shot about 8 weeks ago. Take a look at this new video from 4-alarm fire at a North Texas mini mall. The fire call came in around 4 a.m. and quickly spread to nearby businesses in the Denton area. A portion of the building's roof collapsed and neighboring businesses also received smoke and water damage. When all was said and done, at 5 buildings were severely impacted. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but a firefighter was treated for dehydration. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. We're well beyond a white Christmas, and now